I seen Jennifer look down, right? she, she looked down at the ground like, so Jennifer, this is Jennifer Tessier. And Jennifer, you've probably heard these calls before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. All right. I hope you like these calls. So Jennifer, I had reached out to Jennifer because, of course, we're all familiar with her mother's story, Jessica, who's one of our Hearts of ER Shred. And Jennifer had put out a post about her mom. She was bragging on her mom. It was really cute. I loved it. You guys are obviously really close friends. It's just beautiful. So Jennifer, where are you calling in from?
I am calling in from Norton, Vermont. And
Norton, Vermont. Yep. Got that. Who shared ER Shred with you? Probably your mom.
Yes, my mother.
Yep. Very cool. Do you mind me asking your age?
I am currently 17, but I will be turning 18 and looking forward to getting into the business side of things as soon as I turn 18 in a couple months.
Okay. I'm pumped about that. That's exciting. So my daughter is 16 and a half. I hope you guys can meet at some point. She's also an ER shredder. Well, how about this? What would you say your passion is? Like, what do you love? What do you love to do?
I have a couple things, but the number one thing that's really taking my eye is I'm a drummer in a rock band, and it's just I've been a drummer for a while, and I'm finally in a band out of my school, and it's been so awesome to say that I'm in a band now. So yeah,
you're in a band. You're like a rock star.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I really do wish I played an instrument. I'm envious.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jessica?
I said she started playing drums before she was talking. Jennifer was nonverbal till she was 6, but she would relate, express herself through music.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Did you have something else that you had said a couple things that you're passionate about?
So I'm also into hopefully sometime down the road I can get into teaching self-defense classes. That is just in my nature, I guess. And I'm right into the farming and the homesteading as well. So it's just
yeah. You are such an ER shredder. So you are into self-defense, you're into farming. Yep. You're in a rock band. I love it. Wow, how cool that you have all these things that you love. A lot of young people your age, if you were to ask them what they love, you're gonna get I don't know.
Video games.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. Okay, so give us maybe what we should ask for first is what's up, Brad? I love you in that hat, dude. You rock that hat so well. How about we do it this way? You had shared a post about, your mom's journey and how excited you were for her. Can you touch on that just a little bit for people that didn't see that post?
So, I am actually really proud of my mom. She's came a long way. She did partner with Isagenix in 2016, but we got off track for a couple of years, and then we decided a couple months ago in July to hop back on, and it really just took a toll on us, and it really changed our lives again. And just also being a senior in high school just kind of brought back some childhood memories of things that we used to do, and just fun memories that I loved. I don't know what else to say about it. I just know that I'm proud to have my mother back.
I have that post. If any of you guys, I mean, the post was touching. It was very touching. You're obviously you're very close to your mom, which is beautiful. Hello, ER Shred World. I am just jumping on because everyone needs to know just how awesome it is from my point of view, from my standpoint, to walk in and see my mom dancing around the house.
Yeah.
She honestly has not done that in years. This program has given me my mom back.
It really has. Yeah.
Look at this.
So awesome.
Isn't that great, you guys? Oh my gosh. That right there's the feels right there. That's the feels right there. Beautiful. Okay, now how about your story, Jennifer? What unfolded for you? How long have you been doing the protocol? How long have you been living the lifestyle? That kind of thing.
So, I can say I've been kind of doing it all along, but there's like it's kind of weird, but it's
Jennifer's been doing, basically she's been doing ER shred her whole life from the time, with the call that I was
Tell
on
me
Jesse,
that. What's that all about? What do you mean? Is she just loved meats and
Jennifer, we were told that she wasn't, when she was about 4 or 5 years old, I can't know the exact date, we were told that Jennifer was not going to see her 10th birthday. The doctors gave her an expiration date and she was going to essentially she was having seizures from everything, which we found out later on was everything she was eating, but they had put her on 14 different anti-seizure medications trying to stop them, and along with the medication and her diet at the time, it was just compounding to the point that, I mean, she was nonverbal. It was every parent's nightmare at this point, as far as, and then for them to tell us that she wasn't going to see age 10 be at the rate she was seizing, essentially it was going to cause, it was going to shut things down. So make a long story short, we ended up at a naturopath, after some other, trails along the way, and they put her on an elimination diet. And at the time we started off with grass-fed ground beef. And
what is happening? How long ago was this?
Well, Jennifer's 17. She would have been.
It would have been
about 13 years ago.
Yeah,
that is amazing to hear that.
So, yeah, she had.
I mean, those whoever thought to do that was sure well before their time. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
He gets a Christmas gift from us every year, plus multiple times a year. He's just like an awesome man.
You know what? Let me just hold that thought. You know what? It reminds me of the miracle that Jason and Marcole shared on their call last night, where they basically said, unbeknownst to them, they were living ER shred lifestyle in Australia. And ultimately, it was a miracle. They were able to conceive, and they really should not have been able to, because they'd done the dye testing and the fallopian tubes was all closed off because of all her surgeries. You guys, this is such cool stuff. This is why I love this call the most, is because even if we only had your story tonight, Jennifer, we could just call it a night, and you totally made my week. Like, you totally made my week worth it. So proud of you. So amazed by you. Go ahead, Jessica. What were you going to say?
I say, once, she started off with the ground beef, and then we added in one thing at a time, to figure out, and it's like at the time when I say ground beef, it was months. That's all she ate was, hamburger, because,
it was steak, steak, hamburger, and just different types of beef, basically, that I remember consuming. And
after, in a month's time, her seizures went away.
Oh my God.
We were able to stop the seizure medication. And of course, that in itself, trying to wean somebody off of that is a nightmare.
Let me say, the disclaimer, we put them in the chat, yes. We put them in the description. And by the way, these guys are talking about an elimination, therapy that they did This was over 10 years ago. So just want to make that clear. This really has nothing to do with ER shred.
Right. And then, she ended up going through hyperbaric chamber treatments and, all kinds of stuff to try and rid her body of the toxins and, the medication, because I said, Jennifer would sit there, like I said, you imagine a toddler essentially, and just sit there trying to grab things out of the sky that wasn't there. She was trying to grab things. She was seeing things, and it's just, reaching for things that
Jennifer,
aren't.
my gosh, I didn't know all of this. Keep going.
It was, like I said, the freaky, like I said, you sit there and you're like, okay, my kid is not my, where is she? She'd just sit there and stare and nothing was there.
Right.
She didn't talk. She didn't do anything that, you would raising kids, the scary things that you sit there and go, okay, what's wrong with my kid? We ever going to get her? And then she came alive, essentially she came alive.
She came alive. Was that like, did you say that was like 4 or 5 weeks after, or was it longer than that?
It took a while long. Like I said, trying to get all the medications out of her system took quite a while.
And it's still trying to come out of my system.
There's certain times, certain things, residual effect of things that you can notice, but that's why she asked me to sit in with the call. She's like, I get confused as far as timeline and stuff like that,
Oh, sure. No, yeah. And by the way, Jennifer, at 17 years old, my daughter wouldn't do this call. So I want you to know how brave you are, because it's brave to get in front of, older people, adults, and as a young adult, to be with all of us adults. I hope you feel safe. I hope you feel valued. I hope you feel, my God, you gave me the goosebumps all over. This is so cool. Can I ask you guys a couple questions? After you started to see kind of this resurgence, would you introduce certain foods, and would that cause kind of a relapse?
We introduce certain things. White potatoes, flat out can't do them. Notice right off quick, a lot of things when she eats, you see it in her eyes. It's like she'll get like a dark circle underneath her eyes within about a half hour, and like I said, at the time you could see it. It's like, okay, we're regressing.
All right. So let's connect real quick on this. Sorry to be talking, but you're hitting like personal things for me. My son, Owen, I started to notice that he would do this with his eyes. Just watch my eyes. He would go, and he would do this like big, stretchy looking thing down like that. And I started to realize that he would go like that, and then he'd come up, and he'd go, and I'd go, what are you doing with your eyes, man? And he didn't know he was doing it. Well, I had coincidentally read an article about microwave popcorn and how there's a chemical in microwave popcorn that is very much can contribute to Alzheimer's. And so I thought about the connection of brain function and this chemical in microwave popcorn. I started to pick up on it. Every single time my son would eat microwave popcorn, he would do this eye thing, almost like, like a tick. And I said, no more microwave popcorn. And he's never done it ever since. So I get it.
Yeah, you said you'd understand. She'd kind of, you could always tell she'd kind of go off into a staring state, stare up, it's like, and that was early on. And unfortunate for her, how kids are, through growing up, they want to try things, jump in the cupboard, let me find this, I want to try that. She told on herself every time. There was no hiding it. It's like, oh, Jennifer, you got into something you're not supposed to have. And she's like, how do you know? And I'm like, oh, I can. She's
like, Mom is a psychic.
We kept activated charcoal. To this day, activated charcoal is a standard in this house because.
What do you use that for? You there, Jessica? What do you use the activated charcoal for? Uh-oh, did I freeze or did you guys freeze? I see you, Lenny, so it's not me. Okay, hold on. They froze. Let's give them a minute. Wow, what a story. I can't wait to see what unfolded for her on ER Shred.
Hey, talk about depth, right?
Yeah, depth.
I think the more people who come forward and really share, and get vulnerable like that, I think we're going to find a whole lot more of those deep stories.
I think that's what we're all attracted to, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're all vibing. We're all vibing. We want it. We crave it. It fills
We made
us
it
up.
back, yeah.
John.
Hey, there you are. Okay,
Yeah.
there you are. So
Yeah, our
you were
Computer died, but the
saying
phone works.
you were saying, I don't remember where we left off, but where I was hoping to go.
Activated charcoal.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
what do you
yes.
use that for? Thank you,
That was one of
Jesse. You're the man, Jesse boy.
That was one of the first things that her naturopath put her on, was activated charcoal to start pulling the impurities out of her system. And he's like, whatever, she was on that for,
So
you know,
I got a question. You said when she got into things she shouldn't, is that what when you would employ that then?
yeah, well, at first she was on it, steady. She was on, a very large quantity right off the bat.
Okay.
And then again, you use it. He's like, if she gets into things, along those lines, you use that and it would
Or even if I go out to like a restaurant or something and order something and you're still like pretty cautious, I still would like get home after or something, or like right
Yes.
after, and I would take,
so she is
There you
Yeah.
are.
yeah, I would still take like something like, yeah.
Well,
Just to
that's great for everybody to know, because I keep activated charcoal in my cabinet as well. It's phenomenal. So thank you for sharing that. So give me an idea. Did Jennifer do like the full 11-day protocol?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And when was that?
That was,
the first one was in September. It was a month after I started. So she did her first one in September.
yeah.
Very cool. And what unfolded? Like what kind of things did you notice or realize?
I had a lot of energy. That was my number one. And I lost like 5 pounds in the whole thing. And total, I've lost 24 pounds.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay.
So
Do you know your
Yeah.
inches?
I can say a lot. I haven't done inches in a while, so
Yeah.
The last time we checked, she was at like 34 inches.
yeah.
So
34 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's so cool because she wants to do the self-defense stuff, which,
Yeah.
you want to be lean and mean for that anyway. You want to be agile. You want to be able to move.
Yeah.
she's kind of one of those crazy people, as I say. She works out an hour and a half every day.
Even though
She's
it's
an
not
ER
very
shredder.
active, yeah.
And she was like that, she's been like that when when we used to live in Maine, we were gym rats, is what everybody called us. So,
Oh my gosh.
and she never lost that. Even when I jumped off, she still kept going on that aspect of things.
And I gotta say, I don't actually use my weight equipment. I actually get my workout in every day, working out in the barn. I also have a side job where I every Thursday we do this grain delivery and I handle the grain, and I have a lot of people and a lot of our customers are like, are you sure you got that? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And it really makes me feel good because I'm like lifting all these like grain bags that are like 50 pounds, and it's really cool.
I love you guys so much. I remember the first time, I think it was the first time, Jessica, you were on the call and somebody was bragging on you. I'm trying to remember. Somebody was bragging on you and they're like, you're going to love this woman. She's like, when I first met her, she took, I think she took like all of her soda pop or something out and put it on the fence and like shot it with a shotgun.
That was a bottle of whiskey that I shot.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you have anything you'd like to mention to
I
our
do.
friends here?
I do. First of
Jesse's
all,
our ER Shred nutrition coach. He's certified and he's our ambassador. So all of you know. Go ahead, Jesse.
yeah, first of all, bravo. And just really quick. So just so everybody knows, activated charcoal is used to basically absorb poison inside the body. Your microbiome, which is your colony of bacteria, control that control health. So happening inside the body that are producing toxin overloads, of course, with other stuff coming in, activated charcoal would then be used for that. So I just learned this amazing story about somebody who literally healed himself with activated charcoal from a functional medicine perspective. And it's so cool. But Jennifer, you farming, music, all of that. That's awesome to have those hobbies. I'm curious, what was it like trying to do all that before compared to what is that like now? You just talked about, let me tell you something, first of all, girl, your what's called functional fitness strength can crush, I bet, a lot of dudes in the gym, because I train functional fitness and that's called lifestyle. That's everyday movement. That is raw strength right there. So the hell with the weights, pick up some hay, sling some stuff. I guarantee so many people would fall out. So bravo to you. But I'm really curious about the differences from then to now. That's what jazzes me up.
So every morning, and I started realizing this maybe 3 weeks as I'm into this whole ER shred. I started, like, at first I was like, I hated getting up in the morning and just I had no energy. And now here I am, I have something to look forward to. I like have a whole new routine that I go through every morning, and it's just, I feel much better. And I'm gonna use this as an example. My junior year, last year, I ran into some teachers and they would say hello to me and I'm like, hi, whatever. And now I run into them and they're like, hey, good morning. How is it going? And I'm just like, hey, it's going pretty good. And just a big smile on my face. And I have so much energy. And from a year ago, I felt so crappy to now feeling like I'm at my best.
The one thing I can say is she remembers things now that she would struggle with before. Certain things, songs she'll play on the, she remembers them. She'll, one of her abilities, that she's always had is she can listen to a song and repeat it on the drums. And now it's like, she's pulling them out from songs she hasn't heard from months before. And she's just, jumping on and playing them.
Wow.
Cognitive improvement. That's
I mean,
pretty
it's
amazing.
just that's just like, I mean, we think about that. It's just, you go from a story of I got my mom back. I mean, holy shit. Like, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but like, holy shit, right? I got my mom back. Like, I don't know about any of you, but that touches my soul. And then you have, you just getting into, gosh, I wish I had this wisdom at 18 years old. And the pain and suffering I went through for so many years to get here. And you have this, and I'm jealous in a way, but I mean, your memory is better, your daily quality of life and interaction with other human beings, I heard, your attitude has changed, I heard. I mean, I can just see the joy in your smile. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm living
Hey,
the life.
Jesse, tell Jennifer if you think she's badass.
I think she's incredibly badass. For sure.
This is the real badass.
Well, you're both badass. I love your mom too. She knows that. But this is about you. I already give her enough love.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, Jesse, anything else before we move on? I feel like I could talk to these two all night, really, but
congratulations. Just keep crushing.
Yeah. Respect. So much respect and love for you. Thank you for showing up as a younger person. I know Jesse and we talk about that. We want to reach younger people. It's not fair. We're all victims. It's not fair what's happened to us. It's not fair what we're taught as food. It's not fair what all your friends eat in front of you. It's not fair what's available at every turn and what's given to you at school and everything else. None of it's fair. So you're a true warrior. Why? Because it's not fair, but it is. It is what the reality we're dealing with. And Jennifer decided it's time to push back and take back control. I know you'll inspire more young people to do that because there's a ripple effect. There's people on this call that have teens and they'll have them listen to this.
And one of the things Jennifer said, when you were saying it's not fair, somebody said to her, one of her friends at school, well, geez, I really feel bad for you. And her answer to them was, no, I feel bad for you because you don't know what it's like to feel good.
Right. Right.
My
So
goodness.
much respect.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right. We love you guys so much. Thank you. Please keep coming and showing up in the group. Jennifer, you are officially an ER shred warrior.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, you guys.